All right, shalom again, family and listeners and commentators, friends, foes, or what have you. Your brother, Yefdi, Yefdeya, Johannes Welde Emmanuel here again, and I finished up our reasoning with another brethren of mine. I mentioned it to I and I Rebbe on of course, I and I's first visit to the continent of Africa and the country of Ethiopia, as we know it today. Again, I met another brethren from the states. Not of Ras Tafari perspective or any of that nature, or even Hebraic for that matter. But again, the brother was of course of the Afro American, of course, lineage, and said and professed Christian as well. But just mentioning and speaking with the brethren again, I hadn't spoke to him in a while, and I just finished up reasoning with him and just having a good talk, since we really hadn't had the chance to just chop it up for a while. And the brethren, of course, just began to speak again, and we began touching on so many topics. Of course, economics and of this time and season, and I had all but forgotten how studious the brother was, and very knowledgeable on Hebraic themes. Even though the brother, of course, makes his claim to Christianity, or professed Christian as we know it today, but of course not a Christian from the professing church in which we know them today, and of course all of the different sects and different denominations as they would know them today. This is again another very self-taught brother, a very knowledgeable, you know um a few years my senior, so he has a lot of other experiences. But like myself, he was experienced in Africa for just the first couple of times that he's been. I think he had actually been to Ghana before visiting Ethiopia, and I'm not sure. I think the brother had mentioned that he probably will visit South Africa. Um, not sure exactly when, but I know he mentioned just thinking of making that journey as well. But the brethren, of course, is going to make another journey to Ethiopia again. Just like we said, touching on so many subjects, and we mentioned, of course, this great awakening that just happens to be happening in this age, and of course the closing of the last age, or the church age, the Piscean age, as we have entered into this quote unquote Aquarian age. So just a lot of themes, and especially as I is intending to gather I thoughts, and everything that we mostly spoke on as the brother was reasoning with me. I just it just came to mind again, how much I appreciated just having another brother who, especially from I's own lineage, who was noticing a lot of the changes that have gone on. We even spoke on a lot of world issues and topics as well, especially with the UN, the ISIS crisis, or the ISIL, you know um rebellion, or uprising, unrest in the so-called quote unquote Middle East and Syria and Arabia, and of course the migrant issues in Europe, and how those things are kind of playing out on that side of the world. So it was a lot that we really kind of covered, just because we were two brothers who were kind of just speaking on those various topics. But just coming to mind again, and thinking on much of the publications in which we potentially are seeking to bring about among the brothers and the sisters of RastafariGroundation.com, and the Blog Talk Radio, or Discipleship Radio, or DSR, and of course all in conjunction with the Line of Judah Society. It's so much that we're really intending to bring forward. So a lot of organization, a lot of work, a lot of collaboration with others is really going to have to take place. Even if it comes from outside of our community, we really just have to be very pretentious and cautious on who we are intending to do business with, or just seeking to, just gauge what the mindset of certain ones and ones we intend to work with comes to be. So, just another note for other brothers and sisters seeking to get up and get out, and work with others. Of course, with in the community initially, but of course looking outside to others as ones might have it, and not really privy to what situations ones and ones might be in, or such. And I know many have, of course, have already begun their works and are doing great works, and I commend each and every one of you who have stepped up, and of course just got the wheels turning on a lot of the things and the works that we intend to bring forward. But just for those who just haven't really found the niche, or found that talent that they can exploit and utilize, not only for themselves and their families, but of course for this community that was seeking to incorporate, I'll use that word for just that matter, just to keep the conversation afloat. But I always want to just precaution, ones and ones on who they intend to work with. Just make sure that the eye is of a sound mind. It may not always be someone who's particularly or someone who has an affinity to what the eye might believe in, or what the eye of course has studied and knows of a truth. Just make sure that you have someone who's actually a person who can be worked with, on, even if it's just a limited spectrum. Even if they have different perspectives on something, but they're knowledgeable in one other gauge, or perspective or skill, or what have you, whatever talent and skill that they might bring to the table that may be able to help you in your endeavor. Make sure that person is beneficial, to the entirety of what you intend to bring forward. So I mean, it's so many things that we can have and speak on, but I'm really just kind of trying to keep it very general, so that ones and ones can kind of get the gist of what I is saying here, and pertaining what the eye might want to bring forward, and what kind of works, what kind of business, or whatever's on the eye's mind right now, because I know that many ones are really starting to lean toward that stage of development. So I just of course, like I want to precaution all of the family especially. And of course, this can go out to many others of other prescriptions of understanding, or what have you, or business aspects, or whatever development initiations you might try to bring forward. Just make sure that you have a nice group and a team of people that can continue to push you forward, especially not hold you back, because there is so many things and so many trip ups and roadblocks that can really get in the way when you're trying to make some sort of progress in whatever you're trying to do. And that goes for anything and anybody in any profession. So just make sure that you first build yourself up. Make sure that you're as knowledgeable as you can be in whatever field or many fields that you might want to reach out, venture into. And then, of course, make sure that you build a solid team that really can bring forward the best initiative that is needed, to complete your project, whatever that might be. Because if you don't put those pieces, of course, don't fit in the puzzle as they should, there's always a chance for some huge complications. And you could always become stagnant. And, for me, just stagnation is always the crux of what anyone is trying to build upon it, no matter what it is, how small or how large. Stagnation is always a huge issue and a problem for most people trying to bring forward any type of progression in anything that they're trying to do. So I've really myself tried to evade those type of situations. Even if it gets to the point to where myself might have to slow down a bit and things might take a little longer to bring forward. It's always best to slow something down than to completely stop, because once you really kind of stop doing something, it's very, very hard to, gain that momentum going back in the direction that you initially were trying to achieve and push forward through. So just another note for, just some more of I thinking people, and anyone's the ones who might check out this video, just probably just checking out, what might be on Rastafari, Ras's mind in a certain aspects of life, and of course, working, in certain professions and other, you know, um, objectives or whatever might come forward. So just, just a little rambling of the thoughts, but hopefully, ones can receive it and take it and use it how, they see fit. And of course, I don't want to shout out the brethren's name who I was reasoning with, but I don't want to blow him up if he doesn't wish to be blown up in that manner, because he's a very conservative type brother in that manner. But of course, I appreciate his fellowship. I appreciate his brotherhood with I and I self, and of course I and I, for one, of course, am definitely looking forward to another journey to the continent of Africa, maybe another country, but not very sure how that might play out, or how the strings may attach themselves. But most certainly, definitely looking forward to going to Ethiopia once again very soon on that. I'm not exact on any dates or anything, but am surely working toward that, and hopefully we can gain a lot more information, and just make certain contacts, and make sure that I and I is able not to come again to the family empty-handed, just bringing forth more of what they might need, or more, if that's more information or more contacts or more just avenues of certain connections that might be able to help ones and ones grow and progress in whatever they're trying to do. Just whatever the eye can bring forward. I'm definitely putting I and I self out there, for those manners of connection. So, and looking forward, of course, to many of I and I reasonings. Of course, coming forward to the new summit in Shabua, or this week or strong as we might see it. So definitely check the eyes family out on Discipleship Radio on the blogtalkradio.com, and make sure to visit us at rastafarigroundation.com, and also check out Rastafari Renaissance, of course, Rastafari Midrashim on the WordPress, along with Rastafari Gardening, Malek Media House. I can go on and on. A Rastafari Redemption. So many of I and I brethren and sister, and stepping forward and stepping out, and just getting the wheels turning. As the I would say, as we continue to learn and grow. So again, I and I signing out. Your brethren, Wyndham Yefdi or Yefdea, Johannes Welde Emmanuel, and I bid thee again with shalom and assalam.